Brian, I came to you with, to look at contributions from employees on insurance.
Yes, sir.
I know Higginbotham's has been working with the county hospital on that. If we looked at a 25% copay and 50% copay, what kind of savings do you think the county would incur on that?
Well, I would think that we would have some substantial savings. You know, in our proposal process right now, we're still waiting on our bids to come in. Once we get those bids, then we can start tweaking things like that, copay prices, you know, networks, those type of things, to see how they affect. But it does.
Do you have a ballpark figure?
No, sir, because I really don't even know what our renewal price is yet.
Okay. But there could be significant.
Certainly, if you notice last year, that was one of the things we did. We increased our doctor copay, and we also increased our deductible. And that brought the prices back down so that we did not have to have any type of budget increase. The $10,000 that we put aside for all the health and medical related benefits that we have for the employee.
Make sure we're talking about the same thing. If I was to have to pay 25% of my monthly premium, that's we're on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So you're talking about shifting some of the cost of the premium to the employee,
Correct.
or the premium?
Now, that would not affect our premium rate. That would just be affecting our budget. Okay.
For the budget here.
Right. And, you know, the other things that we look at is shifting cost to the employee as far as per the plan to reduce our cost to the county. Increased deductibles, increased copays when they go to see the doctor, those type of things. So that it's burdening those who actually use the benefit, you know, higher drug costs, those type of things. And it doesn't affect those that don't go to the doctor that often.
There's something else that I looked into, we might want to think about, it's life insurance. How we pay for it.
Line on 205 on each budget.
Yes, sir. If you notice, I was anticipating this question, so thank you for setting me up on that. You can look at the screen. This is our rates that are going to be assessed to us for fiscal year 2017. The October, the reason we have the two different columns is because even though we have a September 30th year end, TCDRS rolls on a calendar year. So for fiscal year 17, October through December, we'll still be paying the current year rates, and then we'll be paying the new rates for January through September. So you can see that TCDRS has assessed us a 15.38% retirement rate. And the only discretionary rate that we have there is the 0.47, which actually is decreased from 0.64 that we're currently paying. It will go down to 0.47. We're going to have a blended rate because what I have to budget is to handle the higher rate for October through December and things of that nature. Why is the 15.38% so high? Well, the fourth quarter of 2015 had some significant stock losses that were passed to us. Plus, we're having this unfunded liability. If you look, I've tracked this back to 2006. Our unfunded liability right now, pension liability, is $4,600,765.
That's just catch-up, correct?
That is catch-up, yes, sir. That is the amount of losses that our fund has had through the stock market. That is also because of things that the court has approved. For instance, you can see, I've also documented 2007, the court passed a 30% CPI COLA for our retirees. They did it again in 2008, 2009. In 2010, you passed a 50% cost of living increase. Now, what TCDRS likes to come in and say is, and they tell the court, hey, this is not going to affect your rate. You're not going to see this. Well, that's half true. It's not going to affect your rate right now. What they're going to do is they're going to charge you over the next 20 years for that. And that also adds to our unfunded. unlike General Motors, who has an unfunded pension liability, their unfunded pension liability is because of their decision not to pay it. We've paid everything that we've been assessed. This unfunded is simply an actuarial unfunding based upon the life of our participants in the plan and things of that nature. So, and it uses some assumptions. So, but this is how they document to charge our rate, is based on a 20-year payback. So that's why our rate is so high. Now, in anticipation of the life insurance, I did a little analysis for you to let you see that our current plan, we cover life insurance not only for all of our active participants, but also for all of our retirees. When a person retires from the county, we're still paying a life insurance for them. $5,000, okay? And that's what's that 0.47%. Now, one option would be to change that to active employees only. Now, you can see what would happen to our rate if we did that this coming year. It would drop from 0.47 to 0.28. I grabbed the payroll numbers. These are actual payroll numbers for 2013, 14, and 15 that the county had. And you can see the potential savings of making that change, of changing and taking it away from the retirees. So I kind of did a three-year average of 5.466. The potential savings of making that change would be $10,385 a year. Then I also did another option down here, is just to cancel the group term life for everybody. That would take our rate to zero. And then you can see, using those same payroll numbers, that you're looking at a potential savings of $25,691. But there will be pushback. Obviously, you're going to have some retirees contacting you if you make a change and things of that nature. So, I mean, I'm just letting it out, just letting you know. Okay. So those are a couple of options. But if you were,
Let's don't take that on the same day we take the expo on.
okay. Well,
Let's separate those two
and yes,
things
that
out.
would actually have to come to court for approval to the change of the plan document. I wanted to give you some real numbers, that it's not going to save $100,000. It's going to save 25, which is still substantial. Don't get me wrong. You can ask my children; they know I'll lean over to pick up a dime off the parking lot.
I'll pick up a penny. Do we have another life insurance?
Yes, we have 40,000 that decreases as you age. You hit 65.
That takes out of our check.
No,
Oh,
the
the county
county,
paid for it too, so we got two?
it's cheaper than this, though.
Okay, explain to me, the life insurance that we provide,
From the
tax,
from TCDRS.
we get taxed.
Well,
On your W-2 is what you're talking about? Anytime you have life insurance that's in excess of $50,000 that's provided by your employer, you have to pay imputed income tax on the value above 50. That's per IRS regulations. So, because the two policies together, your TCDRS policy for active is based upon your salary.
1 year's income.
Right, that current year's income. And then this other 40, so combining those two together that are employer provided, obviously are above 50. And therefore, the treasurer has to put some W-2 income for that being provided to stay within the IRS regulations.
So if it dropped to 1, then we probably wouldn't be in that category.
That's correct.
That is correct. If you drop to just the 40, or, as we're looking at this employment, because the rates are cheaper, an alternative would be to have Higginbotham's look at bumping that up a little bit. Maybe getting rid of TCDRS and going from 40 to 60 or something, which wouldn't be that very much, or 50, so that she wouldn't have to do the imputing.
Yeah, stay where she's
Well, no, I'm just saying,
stay.
if she stays at 50, then there's no imputing of income.
Well, and anybody could purchase life
Right.
insurance through Aflac or whatever and pay for it out of their pocket if they wanted more. And it wouldn't be.
Is there any way you can take care of the retirees and take care of the active?
I would bet that because of the age range of the retirees, nobody would touch it. I could almost assure you of that.
So if you hurt them, they probably won't be able to get it
Right.
at their age, and they retire thinking they were going to have it until they
Well,
have
we've always tried to let them know that that's a permissive benefit,
it. Okay.
so, and it could go away,
And it's only $5,000.
yes.
And then blood on a fixed income, that's $5,000 of $7,000 burial.
And we've got a lot of retirees, and obviously it's the retirees, I mean, the TCDRS computes the rates based upon the usage, obviously. And obviously, that's why it's such a significant discount if we only go to active, because, you know, we don't have that very many active people that die. I mean, I can think of one in the last couple, 3 years, and it was because of an automobile accident. And so they know, I mean, they're insurance companies, they play the odds better than Vegas. So, you know, they know that chances are they're not gonna have on active employees, if you're active enough to work, you're probably not gonna keel over dead. However, as retirees are in the older segment, they're gonna utilize that benefit a lot more. And so that's why the costs are therefore associated for that.
But in good conscience, now this is personal, not the court, I can't stay on board doing something for the expo and then going after the retirees. I can't do that. Just personal. There's no way.
You may not.
Right.
To the table.
I think that we got to look at $25,000 so
Yeah, either.
we got to.
Not that we're making that decision today, I just think
Right.
we need to
Right.
keep that in the picture.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and that would be something that we could add back at a later time, maybe.
If we ever
Yeah, I
get
mean,
there.
that'd be a question to TCDRS and ask them. You know, it's a, it's a perfect storm situation when you start talking about retirement benefits too. I mean, like I said, you know, we pay the price because of a bad stock market year. I mean, you know, again, something no one on this panel can control. But we pay the price for it because we've made forward obligations to our retirees. And, you know, a bad year on the market translates into a bad year on our retirement rate. So conversely, a good year on the market would translate to a lower rate for us because we will have some gains in there and we'll start wiping away some of that unfunded liability.
And hopefully we can contribute if we get paid to help catch up.
Right, and, you know, so that's the answer when, I know that some of you have had retirees approach you about cost of living increases and things of that. You know, that is why we haven't and can't, is because, you know, we're already trying to pay, we're still trying to pay for the increases back in 2006, you know? And so it's a.
We're in catch-up mode.
Absolutely. So I think it would be inappropriate for us at this juncture, as we're talking, to incur additional expense that future courts are going to have to deal